Hi, I'm Aaron Barnett from Restaurant St. Jack and Moule. Moule was actually kind of modeled around things that you see on the East Coast up in Canada and also along the U.S. Eastern Seaboard. You see a lot of places that treat seafood and shellfish specifically in a very casual fashion. It's not something that's meant to be overly thought out. It doesn't always have to be about bubbles and special occasions. So, for me, going to these places as a young kid and seeing people just drinking beer and eating oysters and eating big bowls of steaming mussels was something that kind of resonated with me as I grew up and got older. So we always had St. Jack, which was kind of our fancy restaurant. And then as I started getting older, I kind of wanted a place that reminded me of these more casual spots where people could just sit down, chill out, relax, have a good beer, have a good cocktail, eat a bunch of these guys, in a not stuffy kind of scenario. So. Well, the type of beer I wanted to make to go with the style of food that we do, I wanted it to be something that was well-rounded and balanced. Essentially, that was the biggest part of it. A lot of beers can be too heavy to really pair well with most foods, and so I think for me the biggest portion of it was trying to find something that had a little bit of acidity to it, was round but not going to kind of fat your mouth out completely, so you're not able to really enjoy the food. Not too hoppy, something that was. It just works well with food. That's the way we try to create our dishes, which was to balance them. Like if you're going to have a lot of fat in something, you got to have a lot of acid to balance it out. And so, in working with Gilgamesh, having conversations with them about what I'd like to see was something that was going to match really, really well with anything ranging from some kind of light, bright shellfish all the way into something that was a little bit darker and a little bit deeper, like a braise or like a confit meat. I think that it's definitely hit that for sure. The idea too of having something like an oyster shell added to it was just kind of like a weird geeky note that I thought might be fun to see what would happen. It's commonly used in stouts or whatever, but I figured if you added that to the same thing, you might get some minerality, a little bit of salinity, things that are important to making a delicious beer. Working in this business is a tricky thing, and it's a funny thing, and it's one of those things where it's a very selfish thing. I love what I do. Not everybody else in my family loves that I love what I do. It takes away from a lot of things in your life, but I think that it's really important that if you're lucky enough to be able to do well in this profession, that and have opportunities to be able to do more things and work with more creative people, and also help give back to the community that supports you. So for us, helping out in lots of different charities is important. The Portland Kitchen is one that we believe firmly in and we love because they're helping kids who are to work towards a goal, to foster an interest in something that I'm already a big fan of, obviously, and that I believe is a wonderful career for a lot of people. So any opportunity to get young kids involved is huge. And so if I can do that and at the same time have a beautiful little beer that I can wrap my lips around, then so be it. Kind of a win-win. So I've been working with Nikki for years, and it's one of the best in town. It's one of the best on the West Coast, and Jeff and Nikki have always had this huge ambition to be all about community and all about supporting community and fostering kind of the chef community and collaborating with people, which has always been one of the fun reasons to work with them. Everything ranging from going up a mountain and competing for stuff and having a great time to making beer to them helping us out with events that we do at our own restaurants. And I think that that's a huge thing in a place like Portland. It's one of the greatest food cities in the world, and I've worked in other places that were considered to be some of the greatest food cities in the world, and the type of collaboration that happens there is non-existent. So I'm thankful for that. I'm really excited about this beer that we've created with Gilgamesh Brewing Company, and for every bottle that's bought, $1 goes to help support the Portland Kitchen. It's a red Brett Saison with oyster shells, really dry, crisp, refreshing, and it's done in a French farmhouse style. Really, really exciting.